Back in the Hammock Hotel. It's been a little while since I've been here, and we've been trying to do like a live stream from different locations. Kind of worked and kind of didn't, so those of you who have tried to follow our live streams, thank you.
We never have any technical problems,
as
you can tell from this mic sitting on the table right here.
Mics don't work, nothing works, but we're here, we're going to get it done.
Okay, so here's the story of my life. I've done this audio setup 5-10 times, worked perfectly every time. We set up this morning and it doesn't work.
Yeah, you're not wasting anybody's time, so that's good. I will say, if you're at home and you're looking at the Hammock Hotel, it looks like this really nice big space. It's not that big. It's actually really crowded. Behind the camera, to get out of the door, to get inside, you have to duck underneath like strings, and there's wires on the ground, and you're kicking stuff over. Is it a bucket of pee? Maybe. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But you can't see down to where you're moving. If there's a fire in this building, we're dead. Dead.
So, you ever seen Mission Impossible where they're like going under the lasers?
Like Entrapment with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones? Yeah, that's what it's like getting in here.
Rest in peace, Sean Connery.
All right. Sir, Sean Connery.
So, all right. Well, welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is spring. We are in March. The days are getting longer. The snow is melting. It's getting warmer, which means like prime backpacking season is approaching, and it's approaching fast. And I'm pretty excited about it. We got trips planned. We got people who have confirmed, and yeah, there's going to be some fun times.
Depends on where you're hiking at. If you're on the northern part of Minnesota, hiking season is still a couple months off.
Yeah, North Shore, yes. I mean, it's still icy, and then once the snow thaws, then you got a season of mud, and then you got a season of mosquitoes or ticks, and then the season of mosquitoes.
There's always something.
And then it's fall, and it's time to go backpacking up there.
So, what you're trying to say is it's about 6 months till we go backpacking.
Depending on where you are. If you're traveling out of state, like down south, it's there. It's there. It's upon us. So those of you who have already been out, I'm jealous. Wish I was out, but up here, almost there. Almost there.
Oh, what? Did you say something to me?
Exactly.
Almost?
Almost.
Okay, so there's this hashtag going around called My Favorite Trail. I learned that from my kids' hashtag. Now my kids hate it when I do that.
All right.
Hashtag My Favorite Trail. And we're not very popular, so typically you get tagged in these videos, and then you're supposed to do a video on that topic.
And then tag someone else?
Yeah, but we don't get tagged.
I didn't get tagged. No one tags me for anything.
It's kind of like I don't get invited on backpacking trips, so I just invite myself.
And then brings me along with them.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
So anyway.
It's not awkward at all.
Yeah, and then you get sick and throw up in front of everybody on it.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Anyway.
But today, the hashtag going around is My Favorite Trails. Now, what does that mean? Your favorite trails now? A favorite trail that you frequent all the time? Or just a favorite trail you've ever done in your life? It's up to interpretation, I would imagine.
We'll do it however we want to do it.
It's our channel. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, we're going to give you bonus trails. Not only are we going to give you our favorite trail, but we're going to give you our top 3 favorite trails because, you know, we've got 45 minutes to talk, and I don't think we're going to talk about one the whole time.
No. 45 minutes? What are you talking about? Holy crap. It's not like this is a live stream or anything. Those of you who've tried watching our live streams, it's been a disaster. Technical issues, video, audio, it's just been crazy. Hang in there. He's figuring it out.
We never have technical problems, as you can see from this different mic that we have on the table.
The mic setup that we had didn't work at all, so now we got this. This is as good as it gets, folks. So, Backpacking Podcast, suck it. SBO, hey, eat your heart out.
Hey, they had technical problems on their live stream the other night.
I know. They got it down pretty well. I admire it. So
not bad for Kentucky guys.
That's right, Kentucky boys.
Okay, so coming in at number 3, Superior Hiking Trail. So we're going to give you both different lists, but number 3 for both of us is Superior Hiking Trail.
You would think this would be number 1 because it's our backyard trail. When I say backyard, it's 3 hours north, right? It's a very dynamic trail. It's got everything. It's gorgeous. It's challenging. It's just a fantastic trail, and it's the one that we can access among our other choices a lot easier. But with all the other things that we've done, it doesn't quite make number 2, doesn't quite make number 1. But Spear Hiking Trail, if you're ever in Minnesota, head up to the North Shore, check it out.
Let me read you what Wikipedia says about the Spear Hiking Trail.
Oh, okay.
It's a 310-mile long hiking trail in northeastern Minnesota that follows rocky ridges overlooking Lake Superior for most of its length. The trail travels through birch, aspen, pine, fir, and cedar. Hikers enjoy views of boreal forests, the Sawtooth Mountains, babbling brooks, rushing waterfalls, and abundant wildlife.
That's very accurate. Sounds fantastic, right? Come to Minnesota. Almost and I would take you on the Spear Hiking Trail.
So, a couple things just other than that. Great things about Spear Hiking Trail is, again, 310 miles. There are 94 free
campsites.
Backcountry campsites, which means there's a fire ring, usually like a bench around the fire ring, and a toilet.
Yeah, and a toilet. And the campsites are supposed to be shared. It's not a first come, first serve. If someone comes into camp, you're supposed to make room for them. Sorry.
And all of the campsites are wired for Wi-Fi and heated plumbing, and they're sweet.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, they got heated benches. It's nice. It's a nice place.
Yeah. Order takeout.
Exactly. Spear Hiking Trail is a fantastic trail. Absolutely.
Multiple shuttling options.
Yep. I haven't seen any trail angels on that trail. I know there are a lot of people planning their through hikes already of it. Some people go northbound, some people go southbound, but I haven't seen any trail angels on that trail. It'd be cool if someone did that.
Maybe we should start.
No.
If
I'm going up there, I'm hiking.
One of the things that I love, now I've been to Spear Hiking Trail. I think I have like 30 videos up there.
I've got 1 or 2.
And I have one where it's a virtual through hike of Spear Hiking Trail. If you've never been to Spear Hiking Trail, you should check out that video right up here. And that's one to look at. But one of the things I love, anytime I drive up there, you just open your car door and you smell Lake Superior.
Yeah.
And it isn't like fishy smell. It's just like this fresh air. It's not salt like the ocean, but I can't describe it. It's
like the iron ore from all the iron ore mining up there.
Yeah, radon.
It's radon. But the North Shore is an absolute magical spot. There's no place like it. Right along Lake Superior, and yeah. But shuttle services are available if you want to hike it yourself. Otherwise, there's a lot of loop trails on there. There's a lot of hikers on it. It's been very, very popular this last year because of COVID. Almost to a point where it's getting a little overused. There's a lot more trash and things like that. But just a great trail. Challenging. Not overly hard, but anyone can find a section of the trail to do.
There are spectacular views, like Wikipedia said here, of waterfalls, cliffs overlooking Lake Superior, cliffs overlooking inland lakes and valleys,
rivers, brooks. There's swamps. There's the high forest, birch, aspen areas. It's everything. Boulders, roots, mud.
Yeah,
lots of mud.
If you're coming to Spear Hiking Trail, make sure that you're wearing shoes that are not waterproof, because your feet will get wet.
Yep.
And your shoes will hopefully dry that way. But it's a very wet, muddy trail most of the time. That being said, trail maintenance, I would say, is spectacular.
It's very good, especially recently. Yep.
Because it's a lot different than these West Coast trails where, there are weeds out there everywhere, and they keep it pretty well maintained, so it's a lot harder to maintain than a lot of other trails.
Oh yeah, I agree, because it's that all the points that are maintained, they're not easily accessible. They do have a Spear Hiking Trail Association where you can sign up to be a member. It's like $30 a year, and those fees really, really help maintain the trail. So if you're ever up in north and you're going to plan on hiking the Spear Hiking Trail, get a membership, and they also get like some maps and stuff like that as well. Check them out. Link to them down in the description of this video.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my number 2 first. I'm gonna go number 2.
As opposed to what?
I'm gonna go first because I want you to do your number 1 last. You get the last word.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, my number 2 is the Colorado Trail.
Yes, you have a love-hate relationship with that trail.
That trail has beat me down, but it's worth it. So let me read you again a little bit of what the Colorado Trail is. 486 miles that run from Waterton Canyon, which is just south of Denver, down to Durango. Highest point, 13,271 feet above sea level. Most of the trail is above 10,000 feet. Despite its high elevation, the trail often dips below alpine timberline, provide refuge from exposed storm-prone regions above. So the great part about the trail is most of it is above 10,000 feet. The terrible part about the trail is most of it is above 10,000 feet.
If you're not used to elevations, especially in Minnesota, I think we're 200 feet above sea level normally. But when you start getting up over 7, 8, 9, 10,000 feet, and you're not used to that, it takes a hell of a toll on your body, especially if it's hot. If you're not used to it, there's nothing you can do.
So just to describe what that feels like, at least for me, is I'm in pretty good shape, and Superior Hiking Trail, I can boogie along. I get on the Colorado Trail, and I feel like that fat 60-year-old guy.
You feel like me, basically? This is what Rob feels like all the time.
So, yeah, I look like Rob when he's going up a hill in the sun.
Oh, God, I hate it. Kryptonite.
But, I mean, if you go up on a 14er, a mountain that's over 14,000 feet, and you look over it, and it just literally feels like you're on top of the world.
Yep.
It's something it's hard to describe. Another great thing about that trail is there's a lot of elevation, but it's not steep. The trail is never really steep because most of it is built for horses or bikes.
A lot of mountain bikers on that trail.
Yeah, which sometimes it isn't so great if you're going down a hill. Make sure you don't have your earbuds in or else you might get run over.
Oof, I can imagine.
So, great footpaths. Unlike the Superior Hiking Trail, I think the Colorado Trail is easier to maintain just because it's drier climate, rockier.
I can see that.
You know, they don't have to trim the weeds as much, but it's great. Like I said, dry, no mud, really. I don't think there's ever been any mud. I've never had to deal with bugs.
Really? Okay,
So,
that's good. Unlike Superior Hiking Trail, you go from snow to mud to ticks to mosquitoes, and then backpacking. in the
I'm sure
fall.
there are sometimes, but I think it's just drier, so there aren't as many mosquitoes.
That makes sense.
There's a great thru hiker culture on Colorado Trail where all the times that I've hiked out there, I've hiked along with thru hikers, and you know, it's just fun.
I agree.
It's kind of like I'm a thru hiker wannabe.
No one knows that except for the people who watch you. Everyone you meet on trail, they think you're a thru hiker, right? Why not?
So it's a great time. That being said, I think I've been down there like 5 times, and 2 of them have ended early. Once I got heat exhaustion because I'm an idiot, and
One's because of forest fires, the big fires. Right?
no. The last time it was because it was over Labor Day weekend, and temperatures went from 90 degrees
Oh, that's right.
to 35 degrees, and about a foot of snow got dumped. And I'm wearing trail runners, and you know, I don't have a problem hiking in snow, obviously, but on the top of a mountain in snow,
It's a little different.
with the wind, and yeah, it was a good thing to quit.
All right,
So,
Colorado
but we're
Trail.
going back. I hope to. I've only hiked about 40% of it, but I'm going to section hike it with the chucker.
Nice. I've hiked 0 of it.
Yeah. So
Maybe when I retire next year, I'll do it.
next year.
Maybe when I get fired.
Yeah. Say, you're at 65 already?
Okay, so my number 2, I forgot what my number 2 is. What did I tell you it was? I don't remember. He's got all this research and everything.
Eagle Rock Loop.
Yeah, and I don't have anything. All I have are these stupid patches that I got for completing these trails. There is a trail down in Arkansas. It's called the Eagle Rock Loop. It is a 26.8 mile trail, and it is a loop. And it was my first backpacking down in Arkansas. I went with my girlfriend at the time, Cass. She hated every second of it. I got a video of it.
Well, she was with you.
Oh yeah. And it was just awesome. But water crystal clear. There was like 5 mountains you had to go over at one point. There's a lot of history in the trail. It was just gorgeous. It was great to get down there and backpack coming out of winter. And that was the whole point of going down to Arkansas. That's why we go down there, is to get just out of the winter and do some actual backpacking. And the Eagle Rock Loop is fantastic. You can take as long or short as you want. You can disperse camp anywhere you want in there. There are campsites that you can use, but you can literally just do it. When I completed it, I actually sent in to the Eagle Rock Loop, I don't know, association or whatever, and they actually sent me a certificate and a patch saying that, you know, I completed it. I have yet to sew it on a backpack or anything like that, but that's a fantastic little loop.
Is it part of the, how do you pronounce
the Ouachita? Yep.
Is it part of that trail?
Yeah, Ouachita. Yep. It's in the Ouachita National Forest, not Wichita, Ouachita. All right. Eagle Rock Loop, fantastic, and I would encourage you to go down there if you can. If you do, I'd go down there as well. You know.
So there were, if I remember, I watched your video. There's a link right up here. There were like 6 mountain or 6 big hills.
It was 5 or 6 all on one side. So it was like easy. Oh boy, like 5 or 6 peaks. Yep, and that's where Cass was just ready to murder me. But and also I hiked the last 15 miles of that trail in my Crocs. It was awesome.
Why?
Because
you got a blister?
I got a blister on my right. And plus,
shocker.
I was wearing boots, and it wasn't bad. I just wanted... We were on the final stretch, and it was just easy, and it was just comfortable to wear my Crocs at the time.
Didn't you have a tip for keeping cool on that video?
If you hike in pants, pull your zipper down. It ventilates your whole lower body. It does. Try it. Try it. Go ahead and hike with your fly down. I know, kind of weird, right? Not only does this let heat escape with every step, but if there's a good breeze blowing, breeze blows right in there, cools everything off, keeps you high and dry. You know, you do what you got to do. So give it a shot. You probably won't regret it. Matter of fact, I'll just unzip my zipper.
Oh, no. You already peed in a bucket in here.
Eagle Rock Loop. Look it up. I do have really good information in my video of it, where you can get maps and tips and tricks and things like that. So,
how many days do you think a normal person would take to do that trip?
3. If you're a cookie, you could do it comfortably in 2. You know, yeah. But it's okay to slow down.
And it's prone to flash floods, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of areas that can get a flash flood. So one of the bigger campgrounds there, it's been closed for a long time because they had a big flash flood where a lot of people died. Because the river came up, it rose like 8 feet, like an hour or something. It was crazy. But yeah, just be mindful of it. You got to pay attention to the water levels, which is pretty easy to do. So,
all right, my number one is someplace that you've been with me.
What?
Maybe that's why it was so awesome. Aw. It's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman?
I like her too. The Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon.
Which we were there, what, 6 months ago?
Right, but that's not a trail, that's a park.
It has a trail within the park.
Really? Which one?
It has multiple trails. It is the trail. It doesn't have to be a long distance trail. No. It could be the trail to out to your car from the Hammock Hotel.
You can tailor the trail. Just realize we saw a lot of day hikers. When you go down, you got to come back up.
It's an inverted mountain.
That's
what I like to call it.
It's an inverted mountain. You're right.
Because, okay, so we went there. We did the rim to rim to rim, which is starting at the top. Yeah, and I got a sticker down here.
Do you? Yeah. You start at the top. We started at the South Kaibab Trailhead. We hiked down to the bottom, across the canyon, back up to the other side to the North Rim, and then we came back.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. I got a patch.
So we did it in 4 days.
Yeah.
Very challenging 4-day hike.
Day 3 was super fun.
What is it, about 4,000 feet gross net from the top to the bottom, but cumulatively it was 36,000 feet of elevation change.
Yeah, that was a legit trip. I mean, we had a pretty aggressive itinerary, but we had some very experienced backpackers on the trip. Miyagi on the trail was with us. He actually has a video out on it. He hasn't put out number 2 yet. Number 2 is supposed to be the exciting one because they went off trail and had to like fight through brambles, and I think like there was like terrorists.
I saw a trailer for that video. It's very dramatic.
Really? Yes. Can't wait for part 2. You know it's going to be good.
So, again, on our hike, you know, some of the highlights, we hiked down South Kayabob, like you said. We crossed over the Colorado River at the bottom, which was beautiful. Went by the Bright Angel Campground, Phantom Ranch. We got lemonade, and they have food, and they typically have beer down there, but because of Corona, they didn't have beer down there. We walked through the box, which...
It's a box canyon.
These big, walls on each side. It was pretty darn cool. We stopped at Ribbon Falls.
Yep, Ribbon Falls was a cool little side trek.
Spectacular waterfall. Camped at Cottonwood. We saw Roaring Springs the next day, which is not a water source.
No, it is not a water source.
Well, it's a water source, but a water source that you can't actually
access.
get to and use. We went up the Red Wall, which was a red wall that you go up.
We did.
Yeah.
The other two.
Yeah. They went on an
alternate route.
Don't go on.
Alternate kick my ass route.
What was the name of that trail they went up?
The Old Bright Angel?
Yeah. It's not really even a trail anymore.
Not anymore.
That isn't maintained. But the Supai Tunnel at the top of the Red Wall.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we came back and we went up a different way on the other side. We went up, when we got to Colorado River, we took the Bright Angel Trail, camped at Indian Garden.
Yep.
And then went up to the Bright Angel Trailhead.
Yeah, that was a fun trip. That would definitely be an honorable mention for me. There's a bunch of other trails in there. There's a Tano Trail. And there's a bunch of other trails in there. But the trip we took was fantastic. It was different than what we do here. You know, we're very much green tunnel here. There, it's it's all arid and deserty, with some oases in there as well, which was really nice. Oasi. But the Grand Canyon, that I would definitely do that.
But
again.
the reason why this is number one is it didn't matter the whole 4 days when we were hiking. If I just stopped and looked around, it was like,
every time you stopped, it was amazing. In front of you, behind you, to the side, it was all amazing. And there's only so many pictures of amazing you can take, and there's only so much your camera can do it justice. Sometimes you just have to just appreciate it in your mind, keep it in your heart, and that's it.
Oh, keep it in your heart.
Right.
And, it was just, I don't know. When you're in Colorado, the top of a mountain is spectacular. It's for your hiking trail. You get to an overlook or something. It's spectacular. But in between, there's hours of not so spectacular.
Yeah, kind of like the AT, right? Yeah.
And Grand Canyon, every single second, you're like,
it's majestic.
whoa.
Everything is just, yeah.
So the bad part about Grand Canyon is you have to have a permit if you're going to camp in there, which are hard to get. In the summer, it's very hot.
Very hot. Down on the bottom, it's way hot.
Our weather was perfect.
Yep. Oh yeah, we had a perfect window.
So I'm going to go back to the Grand Canyon, but I'm not going to camp in the Grand Canyon. I'm going to have my wife bring me to one side, hike to the other side, camp at a hotel on that side with her, hike back to the next day, just in a 2-day thing with a light pack.
Cute.
That way...
Leaves his wife alone all day to do what?
She'll find stuff.
Shop, spend all your money.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Good luck out in the desert.
That's funny. Grand Canyon, yeah, great trail. Video link up there as well.
Okay, that's our third card. We only got one more.
You got 2 more. You get 5. My number 1 trek, I will give an honorable mention to the Ozark Highlands Trail. It's a trail that we've done quite a few together. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it as well. I still have about 70 miles left of it to do. I'll get out there and finish it. So, but my number 1 brings us way across the other side of the globe, and it's in Nepal, and it's called the Langtang Valley Trek. And here's a patch that I got. I love patches. I don't know why. I just do. I love patches. Love stickers. Anyways, this trail was the easiest of the 3 or 4 that I did over in Nepal. Mainly because I think this is the last trail I did, so I was in really good shape. I was down 25 pounds. This was also the first time I ever experienced what I would equate to a runner's high. It was like a hiker's high. I was flying down the trail. I don't know what was going on. I didn't even really eat much. I just had this boost of momentum and energy, and it was just amazing. And I just flew. I was hours ahead of my group. I don't know why. But this trail,
That's an awesome feeling, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing. I did experience that as well on the Ozark Highlands Trail when I got up 2 hours early and I did a night hike in the morning. I was flying. I felt fantastic. I don't know why.
So you guys give me crap that I do that a lot.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know how it feels.
It didn't matter if it was uphill or downhill. It just your legs just took flight. Anyways, Langtang, it's only about a 65-kilometer hike, about 40 miles or so. This was back in 2014, so I don't remember if that was one way or out and back. I remember it took us, I want to say 5 days or something like that. The highest place that I got to, we hiked to a glacier called Kenjin Ri. That topped out at just over 15,000 feet, so that was the highest I've ever been. You got to overlook the glacier. That was a day hike from the Langtang village that we were staying at. I do have a video on it. It's all my Nepal videos I filmed, and this was like the very first things I ever filmed. The video quality is not great. The camera's shaky. I was just kind of getting into it. So if you want to see Nepal videos, he'll put a link to my playlist right up there. You can check out my Nepal videos. The Langtang trek, just a fantastic trek. I think anyone could pretty much do. It's not, hours and hours up mountains. I mean, there are steady inclines and steady declines, but just a great trek, and staying at the tea houses and the people. Amazing trek. Amazing trek. The Langtang.
I'll have to watch that one again. I think I watched it a while ago.
I watched it this morning, actually, and my videoing was brutal. And I used my iPhone. It was an iPhone 6 or something, and it was all like just washed out, and I didn't know why. My lens was dirty. My lens was dirty for 2.5 months. So every video was just blurry because I literally had a fingerprint on my lens.
You catch me doing that all the time.
I do.
It's like, have you cleaned your lens lately?
Seriously. I mean, the video quality would have been way better if I would have just wiped the lens, but no. But that was the Langtang, especially. Great beginner trek if you're going to go to Nepal and hit it up. So
nice.
Yeah.
You mentioned an honorable mention and have props, so I have to grab one here. My honorable mention, it's probably actually better than Spear Hiking Trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
An honorable mention is the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, just out of Thunder Bay in Canada. And it's a lot like we can put this back down again. It's a lot like the Spear Hiking Trail, but better.
It's on the northern part of Lake Superior, where the water's clear and actually warm in the summertime. You can go swimming up in that part of Lake Superior, whereas the part down in Minnesota, it's freezing. The water is
it's
40
like
degrees.
45 degrees, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But Sleeping Giant, you walk around this peninsula. It isn't Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, is it? Is there a bigger? Anyway, there's another name for it out there. I can't remember what it is. But you walk around the perimeter of this peninsula on the bottom, and there are trails going up to the top of the mountain.
Of the giant.
Yeah, where you go to like the mountain, the giant's head and knees, and head, shoulder, knees, and toes. I don't know what it is, but
the campsites are usually out on the shore, really close to the shore.
And they have bear boxes.
And bear boxes, which is really nice. That was a really fun trip. I would love to head back up to Canada again and check out that part.
And that one would actually be good if you have a friend who isn't a real strong hiker. They could opt to not go up some of those spur trails to the top, and those are super steep. In Canada, they don't believe in switchbacks.
No, there's no switchbacks.
Switchbacks are just for weak Americans.
That's right.
So I mean, you're using your hands to get up some of them, but sleeping right on the lake with those overlooks, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. And the bird observatory on the point
there.
Yeah. Sleeping, that's a great park. Yeah. So Toots, Beckett, if you're watching this, we need to get back up there, and both of you need to get back down here.
Once we can,
as soon as that border opens up, and they let us exchange riffraff again. So those are our top 3.1 favorite trails. What are your favorite trails? What trails do you get out to most? What trail is your absolute favorite that you would love to go back no matter where it is? Leave all those down in the
why?
comments. Yeah, and why? Leave those down in the comments areas below. If you have any questions about these trails, leave those down in the comments as well. Jeremy reads every single one of them, and he answers every single one of them.
I give you a heart. I don't actually reply because
he's too important.
You hear me talk too much already. So, anyway, that's all we got.
That's it. Appreciate you stopping by. Be sure to get out and enjoy this big, beautiful world.
We'll see you on the trail. We can edit that out.